Shay, my loves, this is your girl, Empress Goddess, the Georgia Peach with the sweet meat. I hope all is well with the loved ones today. As for me, I'm fine. Sending peace and blessings to the fam. We're going to dip into this tarot for beginners. That's not the right one. I guess they want y'all to listen to some astro projection. No, where you at? Okay, here we go. Tarot for beginners. Master the art of psychic tarot reading. Learn the secrets. Here we go. Learn the secrets to understanding tarot cards and their meanings. Learn the history, symbolism, and divination of tarot reading. All right, my loves. If you're ready to learn how to read tarot, then Tarot for Beginners is for you. Inside this audiobook, you will find the history behind tarot cards and learn about the symbolism represented in the decks. It doesn't matter if you're an absolute beginner or if you're looking to reconnect to the tarot that you've known before. There are methods provided to teach you how to not only read cards as you encounter them, but also to make intuitive interpretations of each card, individually as well as in their relation to the rest of the deck. Now, my babies, without further ado, let's get into this tarot for beginners, my loves. I hope y'all gain some understanding and insight with this video. And as always, my love, if you like my content, please hit that big old thumbs button, love. Share and subscribe to your girl, okay? It's all good in the hood.
Of the body or the mind. She rules with the Emperor, who reflects Chapter 3.
The major...
This is Audible.
Tarot for beginners. Master the art of psychic tarot reading. Learn the secrets to understanding tarot cards and their meanings. Learn the history, symbolism, and divination of tarot reading. Written by Shelly O'Brien. Narrated by Lucy Cook. Introduction. Have you ever wanted to know what tarot is all about? Maybe there are people in your life that practice tarot, and you want to learn more about it before diving in yourself. Many people are drawn to tarot because of the air of mystery that surrounds it. Associated with fortune-telling and the occult, tarot comes with certain negative connotations. You might have heard that you should only have a tarot deck in your possession if it was gifted to you, or that what you see in the cards will physically manifest in your life. We can thank pop culture and religion for warping the tarot's intentions. Forget everything that you think you know about tarot. What started as a hand-painted card game in Italy has evolved into a massive market catering to those seeking entertainment and tools for creating a deeper connection to our inner selves. Anyone can use tarot cards, and with some practice, you can learn to understand each card on its own and in relation to the other cards. In a nutshell, all tarot decks have 78 cards that are comprised of 22 major arcana cards and 56 minor arcana cards. Arcana can be translated as mystery, hidden, or secrets. In this book, we will delve into each card of the major arcana, which are emblematic and represent life lessons and karmic influences in our lives. We will also explore the minor arcana and the way they relate to what's happening in our daily lives. Because tarot allows us to tap into our psyches, the cards can act as a sort of spiritual guide for us to develop further understanding and connection in our lives. Developing a sense of connection with your tarot cards is a crucial step in the intuition and understanding that you'll develop when using them. We will explore ways to develop personal connections to each card and techniques for practicing how to perform readings for ourselves and others. Each of the major arcana descriptions contain potential references to questions that are being asked of the cards. This can help you learn to associate the type of question being asked to the representation given in the cards. As with anything that we want to be successful with, tarot requires patience and practice. When first learning how to read tarot cards, It's important that you keep an objective point of view and understand that it's okay to play with them if it's done respectfully. Once you've got a basic understanding of each card or suit, start practicing reading them in the reversed or upside down positions. No matter how long you may have been using tarot, you will always find new ways of interpreting cards and achieve insights that are only possible through time and experience. Remember to keep things positive, even when pulling cards that offer troubling contemplation, as we are the masters of our own lives, and we create our own paths based on the choices we make. Chapter 1. What is Tarot? The History and New Renaissance. What is Tarot? It's helpful to think of the tarot as a symbolic map of consciousness. This map contains our journey through life in all ways, be it practical or spiritual. Reading tarot cards is a way of divining guidance and wisdom through the way that we lay or spread them out. Their placement and the way they relate to the other cards near them are how we interpret the messages they contain. Tarot cards are meant to provide insight into our lives and reveal what we may already know on a subconscious level. This means that you don't have to have psychic abilities to read tarot cards. However, the level of clairvoyance of the reader will dictate the type of reading that one will get. One person usually reads for another, but it's possible to read for ourselves. It's wise to remember that the cards themselves are not oracles. They do not reveal a future that is lying in wait for us, but rather we can use them to create the future we want. It's that revelation that the cards can hold that draws us to the tarot. The mystery and lore surrounding the cards keeps some people away for fear of negative consequence, but others seek to understand them on a deeper level. While most tarot readers understand that instructional books on the subject serve as guidelines and give us basic definitions, it's the personal practice by each of us that develops a style, technique, and deeper knowledge. It's important to keep in mind that the cards themselves do not contain any certain truth, but that they serve as our mirrors and even windows that we can see a higher truth through. Every person can access this information when they bring intuition and sensitivity to their approach. History of the Tarot. Where did tarot come from? And what was its original intention? Most versions regarding the origin of the tarot claim they began as hand-painted cards used in taverns for fun during the Renaissance by Italian nobles. This card game mirrors the game we know as bridge. The tarot has morphed over the ages into modern-day decks and art that we have now. However, much of the tarot story remains unknown. This is because many perspectives, such as those of wise women who read cards in their homes, were never passed along in books and material available to the public. Much knowledge has been passed down orally over the years. There is some history that points to the tarot being much, much older than the Renaissance. It's much easier to view the history of tarot as an evolving timeline. Most history books point to the early 1400s as the time when the decks first appeared, but it wasn't until the mid to late 1600s that the Marseille tarot spread over Europe. Between this time and into the early 1900s, occultists studied and morphed tarot into being used for divination. In the 1960s and 70s, tarot grew in popularity all over the globe and hundreds of new decks were created. The Rider-Waite-Smith that contains some of the most universally recognized illustrations in the tarot. This deck was published in the early 70s by US Game Systems. By the 90s, many of the pagan and Wiccan symbols were traded for traditional Christian symbolism. In Europe, engraved stencils created by master paper producers were handed down over generations, creating fundamental iconography of the tarot. In the late 18th and 19th centuries, tarot spread all over Europe as a card game. Before the printing dynasties came about, most of the general public played tarot using flimsy paper, meant to be discarded, printed with woodblock stamps. The French Marseille tarot is arguably the most successful and eventually became the point of reference for card players and manufacturers to come. Still considered an excellent deck for beginners, the Marseille tarot seems to have details that will pop out at you even after you're familiar with the deck. In a minimalistic way, the cards maintain a consistent structure throughout. The minor pips, or cards, 1 to 10, are simply just a symbol repeated as many times as the card represents. For example, the 5 of Cups would have 5 actual cups and nothing else. In the minor arcana section of this book, we will explore the Marseille Tarot representations. This can be helpful in your learning journey, as it will help you focus on the major arcana representations and the relationships of the minor cards. In the mid-19th century, the tarot was associated with planets, elements, zodiac signs, the Kabbalah, and alchemical symbology. Eliphas Levi and the assertions of others during this time created the connection between the tarot and Egypt, divinatory powers, and antiquity. Cartomancy, divination using cards, grew in popularity and in mystery during this time. However, many are still drawn to the Marseille deck, especially beginners to tarot, because it's the oldest complete deck. The images it uses are archetypes from our earliest recorded history. Those images contain heroic or serious primeval characters. The 22 allegorical images are associated with the human journey. It's quite possible in present times to find a deck with illustrations relating to virtually anything we'd like. They're almost all based off a mix between the Marseille deck and the more recent Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck. The Rider-Waite-Smith decks were made for fortune telling, and they represent the first time the minor arcana cards had illustrations. Pamela Coleman Smith's images in this deck set the bar for all the illustrations that followed. There are revisionist decks, such as the Morgan Greer, and postmodern decks from those such as Starchild Tarot that are all worthy of looking into. Tarot for today's world. You may have noticed an increase in interest surrounding tarot. It seems as if we are currently experiencing a sort of tarot revival, where tarot readings are being performed via live video feeds online. Tarot clubs are meeting up in public spaces to hold readings and fellowship with like-minded people. What started out as a more mystical practice that helped form the works of many artists and philosophers before us is now more of an insight into our current lives. Card interpretations can be given without the air of mystery or perceived implications. By removing the smoke and mirrors that have disguised tarot for too long, it is being open to new audiences that can express it as more of a creative act rather than a metaphysical one. This ability to creatively read a story that the cards present and apply it to certain aspects of our lives is quite attractive. This pull is partly because it's all about us. No one else can truly understand what the cards mean to you on a personal level. If you've never had your tarot cards read, start there. You should be able to achieve this quite easily if you are willing to have a reading performed online, or if you know of someone in your circle that has a tarot deck. You can just pull one card, or find out your birth cards, or pose a question that you need insight on. Keep in mind that there is still a certain stigma that comes with the tarot. Many followers of religion still warn against the idea of being able to control our own fates and rejecting God's creation and care over all life. Some leaders in religion are still creating fear around the tarot by saying its use will attract demons and evil spirits. Even with the negativity that still surrounds the tarot, many young people are drawn to embrace the mystic. As older generations sought consolation and order to their lives through religion, many people now are finding a sense of control through tarot. For many, the meditative practice of reading tarot cards is in and of itself a reason to continue doing it. Handing over major life dilemmas and decisions to the ancient illustrations found in the tarot can be both comforting and insightful during times where guidance is needed. Chapter 2, Tarot 101, Getting Started. Now that you're ready to get a tarot deck and begin the learning process, the first thing you must do is find your own tarot deck and make it your own. You can then start to develop a personal connection with those cards and build a foundation that will provide you with guidance and insight for years to come. Choosing a tarot deck. Because there are so many tarot decks now available, it can be difficult when first deciding which deck to use. Don't worry about choosing the wrong deck. as anything that calls to you is going to be the right fit. You aren't limited to just having one deck either. You can and probably will end up with multiple decks that you use for various reasons. Some will keep one deck private and only use it when they are reading cards for themselves. Others will use one deck for everything. Most teachers of tarot recommend that you find a deck that you resonate with and use it to practice and learn with. Once you are comfortable enough to perform readings for others, you will know if you require a new deck for that purpose, or if the one you already have will work. No matter which deck you end up choosing, having a sense of connection with it is crucial. Take your time and browse all the options available to you. If you find a deck and decide that you don't really have any relationship with the images, find a new deck. You're not held to any commitment with the tarot. Once you locate a deck that you like, you'll want to clear the energies that might exist around it and cleanse the deck. If that sounds a little too metaphysical for you, think about it as introducing yourself to the deck and starting fresh. Sorting. To begin, you'll want to sort out your cards and pay attention to any energies that you might pick up from them. On a clean table or area, sort your cards out in front of you in order. Start with the major arcana cards and then sort the suits of the minor arcana. Take a brief look at each card while doing this. This is a way of ensuring that you have all the cards in your deck, as well as taking note of the illustrations for the first time. When dealing with the minor arcana cards, sort the suits by type and then by number. You start with sorting in order from Ace through 10, followed by the Page, the Knight, the Queen, and finally the King card. For the purposes of learning, you may want to sort your cards into the major arcana and the minor arcana and put one or the other away in the place you dedicate for storage. When we focus on either one of these specifically, we allow space for further insight and development with that section. For example, it's quite common to start with the minor arcana and to develop a good sense of what each suit, number, or court card is telling us. It makes us focus solely on a limited number of cards so that we can use the repetition to build on our original thoughts and impressions. Cleansing energies. Once you have looked at each individual card and have it sorted, you can use a smudging wand, such as sage or sweetgrass, to clear any stored energy in the cards. This is particularly useful if you have cards that have been used before, but it's also a great starting point for new decks. At this point, you may want to meditate on the cards and visualize energy coming from you and moving towards and into the cards. If you're familiar with guided meditation or visualization techniques, you may want to use them to create a protective circle of white light that encompasses you and the cards. This can be a powerful cleansing and connection exercise. There are energy cleansing techniques that are much more involved, such as salt burials, moon bathing, or water clearing. If you feel your cards have any negative energies associated or clinging to them, take the time to perform a cleansing ritual with them. For beginners, though, a simple sorting and pause in contemplation should suffice. It's recommended that you do some sort of energy clearing, however small, before performing any readings, to concentrate on the questions at hand and the client. Making the cards your own. When you are satisfied with the energy, pick them all up and shuffle them to impart your own energy into the cards. Continue shuffling and reshuffling any way you like to achieve this. Maybe you want to shuffle a certain lucky amount of times, or randomly select cards to put on top or at the bottom of the deck. Whatever works for you will get your deck ready for its first use. When your deck is not being used, you should consider where you will store them. Many people find the box that they came in is completely okay, while others have a dedicated, specialized space just for them. Silk is associated with magical properties due to how it's created, and is widely accepted as the fabric of choice when wrapping cards before placing in a box. While it's fine to do what feels right for you, keep in mind that tarot is an ancient art form that deserves our respect and reverence. Develop a personal connection. Now you're ready to work with your cards and develop a personal connection to them. This connection should be with every single card in the tarot deck. You may choose to begin with the minor arcana and develop a sense of what each suit represents. You may decide to start with the major arcana and develop an understanding with the illustrations found there. However you go about learning the cards for the first time, you'll want to associate meaning to each one. You'll begin to develop a relationship with your cards, which is why working with a deck you like and resonate with is so crucial. You're basically bonding with the deck and noting how you feel when using it. You don't have to memorize the meaning of each card, only develop a basic sense of what the card represents at first. You will inherently acquire a sense of what they mean as you continue to work with them. Keep in mind that you will at one point want to express what they represent to other people, so work on creating associations that are easily recognized, repeated, and deciphered. This should be fun for you, so if you feel that it's becoming too much information, just take a step back and return when you are ready. You don't have to learn the whole deck right away. You can pull one card and sit with it until you feel ready to move on. Some people select only one card and meditate on it and learn everything they can from it for an entire month. This can take a very long time, but if you are serious about using tarot for deeper insight, it's a practice that is highly recommended. Remember that you can do this as you practice daily. For now, any symbolism and representation that you find in each card are completely fine. Lay out all the cards and with a bird's eye view, take note of any patterns that emerge. Keep a journal of themes that the cards share and feelings that they give you. Refer to your journal throughout your learning to build upon your relationship with them. The interpretations of each card are only activated when you are interacting with them. When you have a need for the indications, you'll be ready to find them and use them. Use this time you are spending bonding with your tarot cards to develop your own opinions about them. The deck you choose essentially becomes an extension of your voice. Be honest with anyone that might approach you for a reading early on. Let them know that you can do it for fun, but that they shouldn't take anything that comes across seriously, as you are just learning. Remember, these meanings are hypothetical and not necessarily prophetic. You and the people you may do readings for are safe from harm. Shuffling. Learn to shuffle your tarot deck. Unless it's very small, shuffling a deck can be difficult. This is because the cards are larger and thicker. There are many ways to successfully shuffle a deck. Just keep in mind that if you are spreading them out and circulating them repeatedly, that you do so on a clean surface where they will not be damaged. You can attempt to shuffle them like a regular playing card deck, or try shuffling half of them at a time, etc. You can cut them repeatedly, or have your client cut them. The goal is to have the cards be completely randomized while you're contemplating the questions being asked. This is the difference between getting a meaningful reading and not just random cards to interpret. When you are performing a reading for someone else, consider letting them shuffle the deck so that they can get in tune with their energies. If that's not something you're comfortable with, that's okay. Maybe you can compromise by letting them cut the deck as many times as they want to, without ever fully handling your cards. Discover where your boundaries are regarding your cards and demand that they be respected. You can always pick up a spread and reshuffle the deck and respread them. If you are not connecting with the person asking the questions, or you are not in a headspace to interpret the cards, you'll find that reading the tarot cards is hard to do. Clear the energy around you and on your cards and begin again. You do not have to forcefully pull meaning out of the cards. This should take exertion on your part, as the cards will provide the insight you are looking for just by sight. You can develop intuitive reading quickly through practice. Chapter 3. The Major Arcana. The cards of the Major Arcana are numbered as 0 through 21. The cards align with the journey of life and represent passages that we all must take. Though we all face the milestones depicted in the Major Arcana, we do so at different times and with different meanings. Some things will be recurring and phases, and it's important to remember that there is no one point of beginning or end. The Major Arcana be a journey that starts with the Fool and ends with the World card, that once completed starts again. These cards build upon each other and connect in various and evolving ways. The following descriptions are based on the traditional illustrations accompanied by each of the major arcana. Remember to develop your own sense of what each card represents and take note of these things in a journal. The Fool. The Fool is the first card and the last card in the major arcana of the tarot and is not assigned a number. Commonly referred to as the 0 card, there is no actual number, even 0, on the card itself. The Fool is known as the start of the journey, a free spirit, and sometimes it has been used as a wild card that is able to be played at any time. He is known for plunging headfirst into situations with no thought or respect for limits and boundaries. The Fool is usually depicted as a beggar or jester, but is also known as someone that is invisible to the crowd, a prince in disguise. The Fool does not care about what others may think of him or what he looks like. He represents the freedom of all things and is pure potential. Enthusiasm and joy and spontaneity are his weapons. Mirroring the misery of the human condition, the Fool enters and exits on his own terms. The card seems to say to us that it's the essence of our spirit before we came into existence. The Fool is our complete potential in this world, all our talents, gifts, and qualities. Through the Fool, we realize that the only restraints and limits are the ones we impose on ourselves. The Fool teaches us that every moment is a new one, and we can begin at every turn. He teaches us that we are protected and should not fear the wild recklessness. The Fool shows us to embrace those things that bring new chances, fresh air, and possibilities we thought unimaginable. The Fool is asking that we take his hand and leap without fear. The Fool is our possibilities, our sense of overwhelming potential. He represents the very beginning, but also the end. The genesis or representation of all possibility and everything that's come before that's led us here. Not to be a journey from birth to death, not an infant or newborn. Don't think of this literally. A journey to individuation or enlightenment. A journey to know who you are. You can be the Fool many times of your life, at that great beginning. Upright. The Fool can be interpreted as a completely fresh start and the beginning of something new. The card says to us that we can begin again and that we are full of potential. Also interpreted as finding new roads and pathways to travel while holding no detachment to responsibilities or worries. In general, this card appearing in a reading shows something unexpected and completely new. This also indicates the need to take the time to look before you take the steps. Spiritual. New discoveries, spiritual journeys, new knowledge. Keep doing what is right for you and don't look at what others are doing. Finance and career. It can indicate the time to move forward if there has been any thought of starting a new business or going for a new job. For something you are already working on, it can mean new energy and fresh ideas. The Fool reminds us to work hard and you will get more than you expect. Be clever using the new chances and opportunities that are coming your way. Love and relationships. The Fool asks us to let go of our fears and trust in our hearts. Indicating an arrival of a fun-filled romance, keep your eyes open for true love. Impulsive and carefree romance. Health. Good and improving health, but also being accident-prone. If being pulled for health, take care. Reversed reading. Interpreted as stagnancy, being stuck, and not having the willingness to move or experience new things. This could be because of fear or feeling trapped, causing paralyzing and unmoving action in your life. Also thought to mean making negative choices and acting without thinking. Denying the truth. A new beginning that is blocked. Difficulty seeing the world with fresh eyes. Reckless behavior. Symbols for the Fool. Illustration breakdown. Bag on the shoulder representing experiences and lessons, both negative and positive. The experience that we all carry with us into the future. Clothing. Sometimes the rags of a beggar or the ornate jester. The Fool will have an extravagant and unconventional personality that shines through all encounters and situations. Animal. Instinct. Sometimes an irrational impulse that helps overcome dangers and obstacles. Sometimes self-defeating. Forces attempting to hold you back or push you into the unknown. Also, the deep loyalty of another. Feather. Red feathers indicate vitality, passion, and innocence. Keywords. Wandering, adventure, strangeness, potential, playful, trickster, originality, risk, learning, spontaneity. Reversed keywords: carelessness, risk, lack of hope, arrogance. The Magician, the number 1 card. The Magician is the first card in the Major Arcana, the only card that refers to the suits of the minor cards in the Major Arcana, representing the power of creation using desire and willpower, sometimes represented by Mercury, the planet, god, of smooth talkers and salesmen. Mercury was the god of thieves. The Magician can be known as a trickster as well. This relates to the sleight of hand, the cleverness, and medicine man. The Magician reveals the raw, undirected, and undeveloped power of each element to us. The Magician is known as an artist and craftsman, admired for having powerful mental abilities, physical coordination, and great confidence. On the other hand, a quick change artist that is hard to trust, as the truth may be confused. The Magician's real strength is being able to tackle any situation with ease because of their wealth of resources, improvisation, and guided imagination. The 4 elements in the form of the Magician's tools are at his disposal. He is directing the energy of virtue and light into the material realm. The Magician can manifest magic quickly, and their ambition is ever growing. Use the power of the Magician to make yourself known to the universe. We are conduits that bridge the spiritual and material planes. With the Magician's tools, we manifest. The Magician is telling you to manipulate, ignite, and challenge the world to achieve this manifestation. He reminds us that we have everything we need before us, and we will always receive everything that is required. The Magician is the power of intention, reminding us that we are unstoppable once we've claimed our self-power. He invites you to make magic with him. The Magician urges us to use our will and intellect to make things happen. With focused attention and directing our will, all potential for success is at our fingertips. If we act with concentration and awareness, we can benefit from our creative forces. When studying this card, or when you are pulling 1 card a day for guidance, the Magician indicates strong spiritual awareness and psychic abilities. Knowing that we have everything we need, if you are interested in using this awareness, you will be surprised by the results you can achieve. Upright. The Magician reveals to us new ideas. This is done so that we can verbalize and actualize those ideas. The union of that divine force above and that which is below is reflected in the Magician. This represents energy and the energetic creation of new things. He can indicate a time that you are inventive, charismatic, and persuasive. Because the Magician is also known as a trickster, if the card is meant to represent someone in your life, be sure that they are genuine, and that magnetic connection is not a con. Finance and career. The Magician shows us a potential opportunity where your talent will be showcased, and extra money can be made. This could be a promotion, a new job, or consulting focused.
Good
It could be a
morning,
good time
love.
for
How are
starting
you
a new
today?
business venture or connections. Feeling self-assured and powerful, it could be your finances are improving, or that the opportunity
Yeah, I
for
got to.
making
I'm gonna
extra
let this
money
play
is
while I
very
got to go
high when
run
you
off
pull
for
the
a minute or
Magician.
two. I'm gonna let it keep playing.
This card relates to speech and writing, such as
I
storytelling,
hope you
public
and the baby
speaking,
are
and
well today.
sales. This could represent self, what you want to be, someone who was, is, or may be in your life. Love. Generally known as a positive card, the Magician represents a great time to meet someone new. This can mean a strong and easy love with your partner and the end of the conflict with talking. Health. Representing strength, the Magician is known to represent getting well by trying alternative therapies and experienced doctors. A sign of healing, if you will. Reversed reading. The Magician reversed can represent a lack of intelligence, an absence of training or education, and a lack of knowledge. This could mean not reaching anything through the actions you are taking. Communicating and articulating ideas to someone could be blocked. Do not be consumed with self-doubt. This card reversed also warns of someone in your life that you believe to be knowledgeable and trustworthy, but is attempting to manipulate or use you. Symbols for the Magician, illustration breakdown. Infinity, lemniscate. Sometimes shown in the curves of their hat brim, the esoteric sign of infinity can also be seen just above the Magician's head. This is a representation of being able to turn every thought in each direction. Wand, represented by a candle that's burning at both ends. The Magician's wand is raised towards the heavens, the ether, as the other hand points towards the earth. This is the visual interpretation of divine immanence, connective heaven and earth. Tools. On the magician's table are found the four elements of earth, air, fire, and water, represented in the four suits of the tarot. Water and knowledge are symbolized by a cup. Air and courage are represented by a knife. The secrets of nature and the earth element are found in the pentacle or coin symbol. And finally, the wand of ambition and passion represents the fire element. Table. Sometimes shows with three legs, representing the three worlds in which the magician acts: physical, spiritual, and intellectual. This shows the plane of reality that the magician manipulates using the tools. Keywords: talent, energy, determination, power, desire, communication. Reversed keywords: manipulation, powerlessness, greed, weakness. The High Priestess, the number 2 card. The High Priestess suggests possessing an inherent sense of good judgment and strong intuition. Representing serenity, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the High Priestess is the guardian of our subconscious and intuition. She tells us to pay attention to your senses and signs from the universe. Also thought to indicate a change in our lives and a point to the unknown. As the custodian of all knowledge, the High Priestess can understand the secrets in the sacred scroll that is on her lap. As the symbol of analysis, study, and research, her gifts are in theory and abstraction, not practical applications, linked to all the feminine aspects of the divine. This card represents the knowledge inside of you and your inner truth. She is thought to hold on to these secrets and reminds us that someday we will know their truth. The High Priestess springs from deep wells of knowledge that reside inside of us. She contains the truth of our past, present, and future, essentially the book of us. She is the inner voice who responds when you seek an answer. She represents our intuition and subconscious, and we are called to listen and trust her voice. Learn to decipher the communications we receive from her in symbols and impulse.
All right, my loves, we're going to do a tour to read by Zane.
For the sign of Capricorn for the week of September 26th. Now, do keep in mind, this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Let's go and see what we have here for you, Capricorn. Now I'm using the Tarot Muka as well as the Prism Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. Do hope you're doing well. Hope things are going good for you. All right, I think we're all set up and in view there. Let me go ahead and take 3 of these Oracle cards. 1, 2, 3. All right. Put that right there. And all right, Capricorn. So first and foremost, lots of red here showing up in the imagery, red, orange, yellows. So you're dealing with some root level stuff right now. I also think that some of you are, so that is your food, shelter, water, your footing in the ground. But I think in this case, it's also about your creativity. And I think some of you here are looking to be inspired in your workplace. I think that your work situation is having an effect on your sort of security in the world. By the way, this looks like the cards here that we've pulled for the first 5 cards, they are very good, just to be clear. But I do think that there's something significant about the amount of red, yellow, orange here showing up in this kind of beginning of this reading here, in that I think your security is linked, I think in this case, and this is the case for many people, but not everybody, but for many people, your security and your creativity are linked together here in this reading, but I'll get into this some more as we go along. I think some of you are really clinging on to a desire for inspiration in your work, and that's very important. But in the overall situation, you do have this Queen of Wands. You can take on any gender in my readings. I don't attach gender, or I don't attach gender to the cards. So you can take on the meaning of any of these cards. You have the Emperor, you also have a Queen. Just keep that in mind. These are just energies. So the Queen of Wands is somebody who is extremely inspirational. Okay, they are inspiring to others. And not only that, but they're extremely creative in what they do. And they are a major symbol of attraction in the tarot. They're not just physically attractive to other people, but they're attractive in the workplace. They're attractive to other people in terms of like, getting hired for a job. They're all about this idea of the law of attraction. They can basically have whatever it is that they want in their life, but they must express themselves fully and to their truest extent. You can see the sunflower here. That indicates expression or self-expression. They should not try to express themselves as someone else, but instead they should express themselves as themselves. And that's the key for you here, I think, in this week. I'm also being drawn to this volcano in the background. And I really feel like this is a symbol for your creativity sort of being kind of like your creativity overflowing, or this desire for inspiration in your life at this time. In the past, you have something big here happened in the past. You have the Justice card and the Emperor. Okay, so there has been, I think, justice served in the workplace, or there has been a situation where like, yeah, I really worked hard for this and I deserve this. The reason being is the Justice card says that at the end of the day, we get the outcome we deserve. It is the karma that we accumulate, which is simply the actions that we take. The scale represents karma, and the scale is always tipping. It is always counterbalancing. It is always tipping in one direction or the other based on the actions you take. And to get this here with the Emperor is a major sign of success in business. It's a big omen of success and good fortune in business. And for you, it's also about authority, rigidity, routine, structure, stability, and all of those sorts of attributes which make this person successful. And so for you, I think that you have shown up every day, you've put in the hard work, you've put in the effort, and you've gotten an appropriate reward here, or you've gotten, what I should say is you've gotten an appropriate outcome based on the work that you've done with the Justice card and the Emperor. So I definitely feel like for some of you here, I do feel like maybe some of you are kind of, for a long time, you've been doing this, and I think you've been seeing results. I think you've been seeing success. But I do feel like for you, there is this need for something new and for something exciting in your life. Now, in the future, you have the Magician as well as the Four of Wands. Okay, so the Magician is another card that indicates manifestation. It's more about manifestation than the law of attraction, but they kind of go hand in hand. So you have the Queen of Wands and the Magician. Both, you could say, are law of attraction cards in one way or another. And you have this combined here with the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is about structure and stability as well. 4 is a number of structure, of stability. You have 2 4s with the Emperor here in the past and the Four of Wands in the future. It also talks about your foundations and achievements in life. It is a card of marriage. You can see the family here are there in the marriage ceremony, kind of dancing, celebrating. But it's, in this case, I think it's less about marriage. And I think this is about your foundation, your stability, your achievements in the world. And that would definitely make sense with all of the red, orange, yellow that I'm seeing in this reading as well, in terms of the color palette here. I definitely think that some of you, this is about your foundations that you're laying, that you're setting for yourself. The Magician says that you have all of the tools. Look, all the tools here are on the table. The pentacles, the swords, the wands, the cups, all the tools are there. And you can see they're waving their wand, they're manifesting something into their life. And it's just a matter of putting in the work and continuing to do it day in and day out. And you have experience doing that here, as very clearly, based on the 2 cards in the past. You have experience doing that. And I think that for some of you to really help yourself out, there's something that you need to do to bring inspiration into your life. Let's go ahead and start to clarify this even more here. So you have the Eight of Swords, you have the Nine of Cups, you have the Four of Cups, and you also have the King of Wands. All right, so you do have a counterpart here showing up with the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands here in the future. Some of you may be getting married in the future. This is something that, by the way, has been percolating for some time. This isn't just like, oh, you're going to get hitched here. Like in the next, you're going to meet somebody and get hitched right away. That's not what I'm saying. But I do think that some of you maybe are in a relationship, and there is certainly, for some of you, there could be a marriage scenario playing out here because of the counterpart energy and the Four of Wands indicating marriage. For more of you, this is less about love, and this is about your happiness and your ability to derive inspiration from your career, from what you do. The Eight of Swords, this is one of these cards that can talk about you being trapped in your mind or trapped in a mental space. This person is clearly restricted and feeling confined in their thoughts. Each sword represents a thought, and they are surrounded in a sword imprisonment. This talks about you feeling suffocated by your thoughts, by excessive thinking, and maybe even worry. So with the Eight of Swords, it says that there's a solution available, but you must get yourself out of your sword imprisonment. Eight of Swords suggests that there hasn't been somebody else that has put you in this sword imprisonment. It's you who has put yourself in there. And it is up to you to find the key to get out of there. And it's a solo journey. It's one of these things that you must do, right? Now, this is showing up in the past, okay? And so it is possible that some of you have recognized that and moved forward with your life, moved forward with something here. The Nine of Cups, this talks about happiness. It is a card that indicates like total emotional contentment in one's life. It's a wish come true type of energy when you get the Nine of Cups. It's an amazing card. It's one of the wish cards, and it's one of the cards that indicates happiness coming into your life. It can feel like a period of bliss when you get the Nine of Cups. And so, there has been something that, I do feel like maybe some of you have worked your way out of some sort of limiting belief or challenging thought pattern here. The Four of Cups talks about your need to move out of boredom and out of apathy. I think this is a different way of saying you have to get inspired, Capricorn. It's time for you to get inspired towards something here. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at these three oracle cards. Okay, so you have comfort, surrender, and determination. So it makes sense to me that this is the one that's sticking out, and it is a yellow card. Okay, and so I talked about how this yellow energy here is showing up pretty heavily for you. Yellow connects to the solar plexus chakra. Solar plexus chakra is all about your confidence, but also your power and your personal power, your ability to derive self-worth. But it can be also about your drive. And for you, this determination energy, I think, is very important. Comfort and surrender. I think some of you are very comfortable in your situation. The Four of Cups, this person's comfortable, but they're not taking action. Also, in the past, you've done something here to really set yourself up for success. Okay, I think you've been grinding. I think you've been doing, good work for quite a bit of time, or you have experiences where that has happened. But now there's something about drive, determination, and most importantly, inspiration that is coming forward for you. Let's go ahead and get some more messages here, but if you're enjoying this video so far, please do hit that like button and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow in a big way. So you have the Tower, you have the Three of Pentacles, and you also have the Two of Wands. Okay, so there's been a revelation here in the past. Okay, some of you have figured it out. That's what I feel like saying. remember, it's so important on kind of the way that you choose to look at tarot. And, in this case, for me, it's clear to me that this Tower card is not bad. This Tower card is about understanding something. It's about a revelation. It's about something coming forward and you figuring out a lesson, or you figuring out a solution. The Eight of Swords asks you to find a solution. You have a revelation here. You have this paired with a wish come true. And you have an appropriate outcome for appropriate work here with the Justice card and the Emperor. So you figured something out here in the past very clearly. This has maybe been world-changing, world-shattering, perspective-shattering, or worldview shattering here in the past. I say that in a good way. You have the Three of Pentacles, which can talk about colleagues. It can talk about the people that you work with on a day-to-day basis, your connection to others, but it's also about building something, and building something that you can be proud of and other people can be proud of as well. It is a card of reward and recognition for what you're building. And I do think that some of you, like I said, I really like the energy I see here in the past for you. Now, you also finally have this Two of Wands showing up here in the future. Two of Wands is about a choice that you need to make in your life. It's an option between two paths or two opportunities when you get the Two of Wands. And this can be about you needing to make the right choice, or needing to walk down the right path, or the path that feels right for you. And maybe even needing to sort of gather some data or gather some facts. I think that this is about you gathering inspiration. That seems to be very, very important for you in this reading. You have the Star, love it, and you also have the Chariot. So I really like what's going on here. So you have the two wish cards here with the Nine of Cups and the Star lining up together in the past. Clearly, there's been something realized for you, as I've been saying in this reading, that has shifted your perspective, changed your worldview, connected for you. You can say the Star is about connectivity in the universe, within the stars, so on and so forth. And it's also about hope and optimism for the future. Also notice how the Tower is number 16. The Star is number 17. And so for me, when I get this Tower and the Star in a reading, especially next to each other, to me that suggests that everything works out for you eventually. And, I think that this has been the case for you. I think you found the solution here. The Chariot says that through determination, as you see this Oracle card here, and self-discipline, you will achieve an amazing victory in one's life. You will go the distance. At the top of the pyramid, you have the Knight of Swords. Time to take action for you here, Capricorn, on what we've been talking about. It's time for you to take action on whatever area of your life you're feeling the need for inspiration around. And I think in following inspiration, you will really, something will really work out for you. On the bottom of the deck, you have the Page of Wands. Could be about a job offer or a new career opportunity. The Page of Wands does suggest that there could be a career opportunity or job offer on the horizon. It also can represent good news in one's life generally coming in. So amazing reading. Thank you so much for being here, Capricorn. If you enjoyed this video, please do hit that like button and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading.
Hello there, Capricorn. Welcome to your October 2022 reading. Let's see what's going on for you guys. What is happening? We're starting off with the Five of Wands. Ooh, what is going on here? Let's see. And then we have the Tower. What? And the Five of Pentacles. What's going on, Capricorn? Okay, definitely changes right off the bat. Fives are changes, and the Tower is change, sudden change, something coming in. Aries and Scorpio energy for the Tower. There's some kind of conflict, there's some kind of drama, something going on here, and there's something happening here that is exploding. It's something changing, something out of the blue. And someone might be left out in the cold here. Someone is getting defeated here. But after that, we're coming in the future, we have the Ace of Pentacles. New beginning, new opportunity. something great coming in for you. Maybe better finances, or maybe a job, business. You might be just, something might be coming apart because it has to in order to give you this new opportunity. So let's see, why do we have this Five of Wands here? Okay, so you've been defending yourself. You've been sticking up for yourself. You've been protecting yourself or a situation or something here from others. What about this Tower? Ooh, we have the Queen of Pentacles here. So this could be you. You know, this is like you're doing quite well here. Nurturing, loving, caring. Takes care of good home. Loves the finer things in life. This person, though, I like this queen because she has a pentacle. She has the resources, but that's not what her life is all about. It's not like she's all about the money. Okay, let's get a charm on this person. This could be you. This could be someone coming towards you. Let's see. We have an arrow. Okay, so this is pointing you in the right direction, or someone's coming towards you. Maybe someone has their eyes set up on you. Let's see. Why do we have this Five of Pentacles here? Ooh, the Seven of Pentacles. Debating on whether to put some time and effort into something, or waiting for something to come together here. You put a lot of time and effort already into something. You don't know if you want to put more time and effort. Maybe something exploded, something came apart. Like, should I rebuild this? Shouldn't I? Should I just let it be and start over? You do have this coming in, the Ace of Pentacles, so I like that. And we do have the Three of Wands here. You're waiting for something. You're waiting for maybe someone or something to come towards you. There's something you put out there. You put the energy out there. Now you're waiting for it to come in. Let's see. I need to put this over here so I know to do this. Okay. Now, tell me more. Tell me more. What's going on here for Capricorn? Okay, we have the Queen of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. And we have the World. Okay, things are shifting and changing. You're ending something, start something brand new. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles here twice. Let's see, let's give me a charm on these guys. What's with this Queen of Swords? Sorry, Queen of Swords. Oh, seeing things. Seeing things in a new light, or looking deep into something here. This is seeing something's coming to you. Something is being exposed. Something is being shown to you. With the world is ending for new beginning. See what's on the bottom there. Nine of Cups. So your wishes are coming in. Might be a little bit of a disrupted time, but it seems like things are coming in. You're seeing things differently. You're also, I feel like this is your energy, and you're just putting things out there, and you're not tolerating any kind of baloney because you dealt with it here. This came apart, so now you're not dealing with it anymore. Let's see. What about this Queen of Pentacles? Yes, see, this is your energy. This is totally your energy. You're cutting things out that don't belong. You're not tolerating anything. So you're ending new beginnings. Things are shifting and changing. I like this reading. Okay, let's see here. Why is the Queen of Swords here? Ooh, yes, you're starting anew. You're running away from this chaos, this destruction, this conflict. You're running away from it, and you're standing your ground. You're speaking your truth. What about this World here? Your wishes and hopes and dreams are coming true. Whatever you closed off this cycle, you're done with it. It's over. It's like that. Enough is enough. And now you're starting fresh, and it's making you very happy. You get the Nine of Cups. What about this Queen of Pentacles? Oop, this one wanted to come out. Okay, this is someone that felt stuck. Oh wait, I'm sorry. It's the Eight of Pentacles. This is work. I'm sorry. I was looking at it, and for some reason I thought these were swords. This is the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so this is working really hard, and it's all coming into play here. You have the Queen of Pentacles, so whatever you're working on, it's paying off. You're in a whole new cycle. I think you're in a new, very prosperous cycle for you as far as work and money. And you're also going to be, someone new is coming into your life, or there's a partnership coming in, divine timing, destiny. I like this. Look, this is beautiful reading. Nine Cups here twice. Started out really rough, but it's looking good. You're standing your ground. You're standing in your power. And you did not make money the whole focus. You focused on doing the right thing, and it's coming towards you now. You're getting a lot of money and a lot of Your wishes and dreams come true. What else do we have here? Capricorn. Ooh, the Six of Cups. Okay, there might be something returning from the past. We have the Knight of Swords here. And we have the Eight of Swords. So you could have Aquarius, Libra, Gemini come in here. But someone's coming in quite swiftly, wants to speak to you. They're from the past. This could be a business proposition. This could be a love proposition. We do have the Two of Cups. So it could be either one because it could be a partnership in love or partnership in business. And the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom. Yeah, okay, there's money coming in. You're definitely having a new start and money's coming through for you. And there's something that you could be doing a business that you wanted to do in the past or something you did in your childhood that could be, or it could be a love offer here. Ooh, this is stability. Whatever's coming in here, this offer, it's long-term. It's settling down, it's stability. Someone's in their head about this. Someone's thinking a lot about this. Okay, let's see what else we have here for you guys. Why is the Six of Cups here, please? Two of Cups coming up, yeah. Okay. Seems like a strong love connection from the past. Some of you are not going to like that. Maybe it's business for some, but there is a partnership. Either way, it's either partnership in business, partnership in love. Now, why do we have this in the Swords here? Ooh, Virgo? Could we deal with a Virgo? Also Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. This is it seems like someone did a lot of deep searching, a lot of looking deep within their own self to find answers. And their answer is you. They see you as the answer. They're coming to you with some sort of offer. It took them a while, maybe. So that's why I felt this might have been a long time coming. But now they know the way, and they're coming in. Now, why do we have this Eight of Swords? Okay, this is the World card. So again, you're completing a cycle. There's an end of this worrying. You're not going to worry anymore. You're not going to be in your head anymore because you're seeing the fruits of your labor. You're seeing things change and things are coming in your favor. And there's a judgment. There's something coming back around here with the judgment card here. Something is coming back in to decide what you want to do with it. Whether you want to go with it or not, that's totally up to you. But there is something ending. You're getting a key here to start something new. It's like a brand new life. And it's going to be so much better. It's going to be more carefree, more stable, more reliable. But you have to go through that tower. It's going to be, something has to like come apart. Something has to explode. I'm getting the word explode from my guys. I don't know why. But something's going to explode. Something's going to shock people. But you're coming out as it's not about the money. It's about being happy because that's where you see this Queen of Pentacles. But in the meantime, it is going to bring the money in. Okay, so now let's see what else we have for you guys. What else? King of Cups. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces energy. And we have the Spy guy, the Page of Swords. And we have the Two of Swords. Okay, it looks like you're going to have a choice between two here. This King of Cups has a lot of emotions for you. They did not express them. They had other people interfering. I feel like they were talking to them, trying to talk them out of this maybe. This person has been watching you. They're either watching you on social media or they're trying to inquire about what you're up to if you're with someone. If you are with someone, or is it serious? What's going on? This person has a lot of love that they did not express. So they're thinking a lot about you. Let's see here. Let's get the charm on this King of Cups we have. Ooh, is that the same one? Oh, both of these people want the same thing. They want long-term stability with you. Okay. And then we have this Page of Swords. You also might be learning something new, starting something new. It might be require some kind of education or some kind of class or something. Yeah, I feel like you're steering yourself in a different direction, maybe. But this person is trying to come to you, and you need to make a decision between these two. But you have other people interfering. Don't listen to these other people. They're not out for your highest good. They're out for theirs. So how it affects them is how they're trying to get you to persuade you to go in that direction. So don't listen to them. This is what's good for you, not for what's good for others. Okay, let's see. Now we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Tower And the Queen of Swords. This is another opportunity coming to you. It's going to shock you. Whatever this is, I don't know if it's a love opportunity or if it's a business opportunity, but you have your back turned towards this. And this is something that is happening here that is going on behind your back that you don't know. There's some kind of surprise, something changing, something happening. This pair, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, is coming towards you with an offer. Could be a love offer, could be a business offer. It's going to be different for everyone. Let's see what we have here. Oh, we have the horse head. So this will be coming in quick. Or this person, I would say, is very strong and determined in their head. They might be a little stubborn, but they might be coming like fast and powerful, because the horse is a chariot. Now we just have the head, so I'm fearing someone's just really in their head about this. So they're going to be like pushing their way in or being very strong about this, very shocking to you, whatever this person is. You probably never saw him like this before to someone you know. Let's see about the Queen of Swords. We have, this is you. You're very protected. You're the Queen of Swords. You're the Queen of Swords here. You're seeing things different. You're also very protected. This person here is not worried about what's coming on him here. Do what you got to do. I don't care. As long as you come to me properly, correctly, and also speak the truth, I'll turn around and listen to you. But if you're going to be jibber jabbering some kind of nonsense, I'm not listening to this. I don't know what guy's coming in for me right now, but they're funny. Okay, let's see. The Tower is Aries and Scorpio energy. The Queen of Swords is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. Let's get one more row here for you guys. See what else we have.